Galera, começando pra ser mais uma live, todos bem-vindos, né, galera, pro YouTube, pela Twitch, aí bora continuar a jogar aqui o Banishers aqui, tá, galera? Obrigado a todos que tá curtindo as lives aí.
Governor.
May I help you, Mr. McCraith?
I have to admit, this is an unusual case.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
So, what are you waiting for?
Don't you want to hear the name?
I do not need to. The principle is what matters.
Not exactly. The name is Lamentation Haskell.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times perhaps, but he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof, Banisher. Find the real source of evil.
Since when has the governor required proof?
I'll get it. Mark me. I must find your son, Governor. Sooner rather than later.
His interests take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.
He was quick to condemn till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
Hell's balls! What happened here?
Something's emanating from under there.
No wonder this place is off limits.
Don't let it crush you!
There's more of them.
Move, Red!
One of these must be Lammy's hideaway.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here. A ward restrains me. I am warded. I cannot. I can't help you. Picked and culled. I am warded. I cannot.
Limey, you here?
This is locked from the other side.
You were studying botany. Why botany? The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Arrowloo. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
He mentioned an old mill. Seemed fascinated by the place. Nothing incriminating. Yet.
Remember what we found at Caleb Watson's? Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
Let's get back on!
You shouldn't stay in there.
Me!
Spectre going for a meat suit.
Reinforcements!
Watch out. Spectre possession.
Bloody howlers!
Get out of there. That corpse is gonna shoot.
Why a mill?
Away from the village. Perfect for his research. Perfect to hide secrets.
He's not out here for pleasure, that's for sure. Peaceful. Like home on a good day. That was hilly, mate. He felt like playing with the lambs. Blair preferred to feed them. And I was too busy dreaming.
And you? Get out of there!
This spectral nest needs to be cleansed.
Gavamacas and Alice. Reinforcements! Shut it!
Don't just stand there. Move!
Down, boy! You're done!
They never learn, do they?
They brought more friends.
Move, Red. Ready and waiting.
Arsen let. Devil take it!
Did we miss a few? You're within gun range, Red. Dodge!
There's more of them.
Call on me.
Piss off!
Get rid of the other Spectre first. I'm right here, you know.
Peter!
Ward. Stop that spectre before it possesses the corpse.
Get back up!
Move it!
Away with you!
What should we expect up there?
A gateway to the mythical Aralu, whatever that is. Otherwise, terrible tragedy, dark doings, sick secrets, and a wild guess. On your feet, Scotsman.
Piss off! I don't think he likes us much.
They need.
Bloody mongrel!
Looks derelict. Is he really inside? Silence and the campfire. Just what Dr. Duarte ordered.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here. A ward restrains me.
Watch out! Spectre possession.
Piss off!
Something's here.
Hidden. Destroy those ghost wards, if you want me back. Sorry, not this time. Sorry, not this time.
Olha quem apareceu aí, meu amigão, meu peixe, é o grande Rogério Mendes. Você é o cara, Rogério, de boa? E o America Truck lá jogou? Se der, eu jogo ele pra você hoje, tá? É dia que eu não jogo o America Truck aí, mano.
Oh there!
Vou dar uma adiantada nesses jogos, se tô jogando modo história. Jogar pra você ver depois aí. Daqui a pouco é ranqueada no King of Fight lá, hein? Ó. É nóis.
Guess we're not going that way.
There should be a way up here. What hides here in the dark? Come out, come out.
Deja vu.
He tried his hand at several translations.
Galera, obrigado por estar curtindo a live. Obrigado, meu amigão Rogerão aí. Tamo junto aí. O aqui é massa pra você jogar, o Rogério. Ele lembra muito do The Witcher. Ele tá além do The Witcher, na minha opinião, aqui, mas ele é lindo.
This relay lad seems dangerous.
His apprentice.
Eu merecia um segundo jogo desse aqui. Vamos ver se esses caras fazem aí, né?
So, what are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Glancing at the original writing, Lami's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong. More ghost wards. Someone was being extra careful.
He doesn't speak well of his dad. Honestly, he's not one to criticize. We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
Over here. Look.
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex?
More magic muckery. What exactly was he up to? His final notes sound optimistic. Did he succeed?
That book, again.
The Agrippa. That's not good. Not good at all.
What level of not good are we talking about exactly?
This book promises eternal life, but the promise is a trap. Let's hope it hasn't been used.
Should be useful.
Rápido.
That's why they pay me good money. The lift should work now. All this is more serious than we thought. I'm apprehensive. Not just because we're going underground.
We'll be careful. We don't know what Lammy was up to, and the signs are not encouraging.
You know, I could get to like it underground. The darkness, the gloom, the cool air.
Really?
No, not really. Not at all. Hell's balls. Another sorrow used as a guardian.
You'll be free soon enough, you bastard.
Trouble's about.
Away with you!
O negócio dele aqui.
Get lost, won't you? Time to end this monstrosity.
Eu bato nele, eu acho.
was over, I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. Red, come look. Dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait. Is this how we got through the Sorrow's vigilance?
So, here we are.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do.
Unveil yourself.
That's not the ritual I'd have used.
I summon you now!
Did I just do the wrong ritual? Through time and distance, I now see. Messed this up, didn't I? Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lemmy can't be far.
Beware. Wards.
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
I can't help you. Spectres. They haven't noticed us. Stay low.
some of this!
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased. This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void. So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the lesser palingenesis.
Oh. You know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual ritual. Not the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulte Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course! The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating.
Are you aware of what would happen if people learnt of your studies?
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Will you still say that when Pennington accuses you of witchcraft? You must remember Deborah.
Miss Comenius. Yes, of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's Plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do. Go on then.
Now at first I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
By the Araloo, do you mean the Void?
Neither name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is made of the very fabric of our primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
How can you be sure the Void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Yes, we learned of it in Fort Jericho.
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Araloo. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
Confusion, paralysis. Can you tell me more?
I felt my movements slowing, my thinking too. Space seemed to thicken. But wait, what if it was not space thickening, but time slowing? In recent months, many in New Eden have spoken of similar feelings, of lost time, hours untrackable, days passing unremembered. Who knows how the Araloo disturbs the minds and bodies of women and men? Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky, a maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
You see ghosts. You stroll the Void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Are you a demonologist like your father?
More or less. Less, more so. My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his faith, but I know better. So, more so?
If you don't share your father's faith, what do you believe?
I believe in the afterlife. The proof is about us. And if the void embodies eternal despair, there must too be a place of hope. But where, I ask myself, where?
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye, I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them, the very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
You've studied demonology. Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
Who was your father's friend?
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse. For him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me, knowledge is itself the prize.
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. But thank you.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel...
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
Ô, meu amigo Mark, beleza? Salve aí, mano. Você é o cara, seja bem-vindo aí.
I don't know if the paralysis and confusion applies to me, but I feel strange, and I suspect the ooze.
Oh, God. I need a wee bit of help here.
Daqui a pouco a gente joga pra vocês, galera, o King of Fight 15 aí, ô Mark, na ranqueada aí.
Take care. The place is warded. am warded. I cannot. We need to look for somewhere to cross.
They brought more friends. It oozes through the breach, suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side. Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
The ooze affects the incarnate, too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. But I don't think we're alone. What might you be, then?
What was...
Oh, shite.
Did you just say shite? You? It's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
We may be below the well.
No wonder they all got sick.
The cries of the innocent have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty.
This house belonged to a certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs. Is it just me or...
I felt it too.
Something's concealed.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Was the Gibbs' house targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
The Gibbs' land was barren. They were struggling for money.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my paper?
I read it, aye. And then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
That was Deborah. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
I feel something close.
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume.
Another shadow.
What do they want? Red, something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite. I see a ghost ward. What are they doing down here?
Possession incoming. I can't help you.
Have a bit of this.
I'm right here, you know.
The greedy strive with purpose to bring ruin to the
I can't worry. Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body. I know.
Expected no less from you, Mrs. Gibbs.
Did we miss a few?
Die, you bastard!
Throwing a tantrum, are we? Someone didn't want to stay dead.
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eden Town with the governor.
That's not what Deborah was saying.
The Gibbs were not at home to rational explanations.
The greedy shall fall, unless certitudes be smoked when the final judgment comes.
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream.
Ask
Try this on for size.
Over there.
Elusive little buggers.
You're within gun range.
Get lost, won't you?
I suddenly feel invigorated. Feels weird. Well, pleasant.
Told you. Don't step in that. I mean it.
Find a way around then.
Red, I can't manifest anymore.
Those echoes we're hearing are the shadows speaking.
They always appear near the ooze.
So are the whispers.
But which came first? Red, come see this. I can't help you. Off you go then. The whispers say the same things over and over.
What kind of entity would be so obsessed?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
To deliver you from the way of evil, your captives are unleashed upon you.
the sound of a corpse cocking its gun. Die, you bastard! Get back up! I feel like a bloody target.
This looks perfectly drinkable.
Famous last words.
Why hasn't the poison spread to the groundwater?
Perhaps it shifts and shapes, like the void. Well, at the very least, it shifts. Looks like the ooze comes from a distinct source. Remember the wicked will I felt earlier? The same spell is upon this.
We should find that ritual Seeker told us about. I've kept her notes about the hut location.
This whole country is rotten to the core.
And you're just now reaching this conclusion?
If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you.
Perhaps if you gave me the space to have one, then we'd both be better off. Someone came through here, someone real, not just a shadow. Whoever it was, looks like the ooze got him. What do you think, Antea?
You wanted the space to have your own opinion. I'm giving it to you.
This must be Antipas Gibbs. Hell of a fall to live through. Now join in any time, Antea.
What do you think I'm doing?
The judge condemned the innocent. The judge is guilty. This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
We must fight the Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good. Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
They brought more friends.
Get back up!
I'm right here, you know.
Back down to hell!
Those things came from the ooze. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Obake liquefy. This is something else. The ooze reacted to our presence.
Crush him as the stones crush me.
The Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, we've been snapping at each other since we got here. Something's toying with us. This is it. This is the source. How do we get to it?
You have turned your back from love, looked away when most needed. Guilty.
We need to stop at some point. Here would be all right.
Something tells me this is the condemned well. Do you think you could get that bucket down? The bucket is tainted. Come back. We're not done here.
Alone, forlorn, misunderstood, so you shall remain. For its hurt.
I sense the vivid echo of a ghost's memory. A strong memory clings to this place.
The devil still breathes through her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stolen.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
Dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim, and that made his flock suspicious.
Divination stones. He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. But why now?
Hiding the evidence perhaps of his role in the witch trial. They connected him to the demonology he used to reinforce his authority.
That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own, Haskell must have feared the suspicious mob. This can't be good.
Who are you?
Confess! Let them speak!
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges!
Let Urim agree. You have blood on your hands and witness in your heart. Guilty!
Sworn to vanquish evil. You conspired with witches.
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges: cowardice, oath-breaking, deception. The verdict: guilty!
seek the truth.
What the hell? Is that me? Come on, man. Get yourself together. What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it.
Shadow's got its strength back.
Don't let the ooze get back to its shadow. Getting rid of that ooze should weaken the shadows. I never wanted this. I hate the very thing I've become. This thing is mine. I can sure as hell try. Your strikes do nothing. No, not anymore. Bloody shadow. Look to me. I can sure as hell try.
poisoning the body politic. You portray yourselves as saviors sent to deliver us. But with your dark arts, the evil only worsens. Your witches and witches must die. But it is my son.
My name is Deborah.
I wasn't expecting to fight myself today. Come on, man, get yourself together.
Standing by.
Bloody hell, that stinks!
Judgment. The guilty are known. Now justice is ours.
Enough. Can we please get out of here? That was awful. This trial. It was as if Deborah wanted us to face what she had faced. But all I feel is beaten.
I feel powerless. We were always one move behind. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such spectre of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Haskell's cowardice is to blame. To save his own arse, he condemned a woman he knew to be innocent.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
That, down there, it was... I was tense. I was impatient.
The infamy's doing, not yours.
No. Doesn't change the feelings. I never thought I could feel such anger again.
They were Deborah's feelings, not yours.
How refreshing it is to the soul to be at once. One thing above all else, my friends, is true. The wicked are at odds with themselves. The Lord's promise of salvation from hell pleases them. The Lord's salvation from misery and sin here on earth does not.
This doesn't look like salvation from misery and sin.
The wicked pray for deliverance from the fires of hell, while piling the kindling high. They proclaim their love for their Lord, yet, in His name, they serve themselves. Their self-regard crumbles in the light of their hateful iniquities.
So true.
Mr. McCraith, my friend, I'm so glad you agree. Now, the wicked man never questions...
I have your answers.
What? Yes, good. Perhaps we should discuss this privately, if you'll give me just a moment.
It's quite the story. You might not wish to hear it. Neither may the good people here.
Please, this is not the time.
We want to hear the story. Let the Banishers speak.
Tell them, Red. Tell them good.
Aye. There's a story that starts with a question. A question for you, Governor. And maybe for all the good people of New Eden. If I give you a witch, will you do what you did to Deborah Comenius?
Comenius, say you? The school teacher walked with the devil and paid the appropriate price. That's the beginning of the history and also its end.
Is it, though? Now, I've learned much about Deborah Comenius and what happened to her, and it tells a very different tale.
And what story, pray you, does it tell?
It tells the story of a man, a latter-day King Solomon,
When plague struck his subjects, they turned to him for guidance and protection, for they were God-fearing folk, and he was a godly king. The king's captain walled the sick away, but the plague spread on. The people grumbled. The king thought he might fall. He needed a sacrificial lamb.
You lose the run of your tongue, Mr. McCraith, and of the head to which it's fixed. There was no lamb. There was a trial, fair and lawful.
The trial was not fair. You had no proof, and you knew it.
Credible witnesses gave believable testimony, sir.
Witnesses like Gibbs, who pressured you into a guilty verdict to avoid being suspected of witchcraft yourself.
There was pressure, I'll not deny it. But I did what I did to protect the colony. It was a difficult time.
The picture of yourself that you hold in your mind is that of a great occultist.
To repel the devil, the wise and fearless man must learn the Black Spy's tricks.
Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the veil, past the hem, beyond the invisible? Have you ever heard of the Araloo?
What gibberish is this?
No? Your good friend Etienne Roulet did not. It seems they knew worthy of his secrets. Never mind. Do you then consider yourself a true demonologist?
In order that a war be just, 3 things are necessary. Firstly, the authority of the sovereign. Secondly, a just cause. Thirdly, a rightful intention.
Aye, the Summa Theologiae of St. Thomas Aquinas, a classic quote from which you have conveniently omitted an important detail. To wit, a just cause is required, namely that those who are attacked should be attacked because they deserve it on account of some fault. You're a pompous coward, fearful of anyone different, as human as that is.
There must be a man to judge, or there is no order. A man to make the judgment, and a man to enforce it. Of all people, you know this.
I live and let live. I choose only for the dead.
Ô, meu amigão de fogo, beleza?
These people are sinners, sir, and must be led back to the light.
Ah, os caras acordam lá pra 1 da tarde, mas esses caras é foda. Aqui no Banishers, assiste a live, vai jogando e assistindo aí, que massa aí, ó.
What do you really want, Governor?
I wish only to serve. I am the trusted servant of the good people of New Eden. Without me, they're lost.
Without them, you would be lost.
Yes. Maybe I do need them. How very human of me.
Ô, clica atualizar a página aí.
You need me, Mr. McCraith. And there is no one else.
Admit it. You toy with magic. You don't understand.
You, sir, are jealous.
I, sir, am tired. I've done my job, fulfilled my contract. I've found the source of the curse. The poison below the well is no more. No thanks to you.
Aha! Poison it was then. The weapon of the wicked, to weaken the people's will. What was it? Belladonna, hemlock, foxglove?
Betrayal. Truth unspoken. Secrets and lies. Wrongs, basically. Your wrongs. The wrongs you visited upon.
É, gente, esse jogo é lindo.
The wrongs that led to
Vou pegar uma promoção ele.
She died at the hand of the...
Daqui a pouco eu vou jogar aquele do modo Dead by Daylight História, que ele tá da hora de fogo.
She died at her own.
She died.
Se pegar, você vai gostar. Já deu uns 10 capítulos dele bem jogado lá.
'Twas not my plan to kill her.
Ah, eu acho que dá mais, já deu mais lá.
Why did she not confess?
Vou ver pra você daqui a pouco quantas horas deu lá.
I would have shown her mercy.
Pelo preço ele tá bom lá, não tá caro não, mano. Pra nada, sacrificar você, ladrão, lá. Quando eu tenho a opção de sacrificar o cara ou poupar ele, ó. Sacrificar ele, malandro. Ele fez muita merda, esse governador aqui. É. Punir ele.
Had the power to stop the madness, but
O
instead
jogo é muito massa, né? Lembra muito o The Witch aí, mas ele é além do The Witch, na minha opinião, ele é muito mais sério, né, mano?
you
Ficar 10 só pra você ter uma evolução mais de muito inimigo, muita. Acho mais muito massa ele, eu gostei pra caralho.
of your knowledge of
Ele já deu mais de 20 horas bem jogado, hein, de fogo? Mais de 20 horas, eu acho. Eu vou ver quantas horas já deu nele.
you're a peacock.
Ele é do Barba, do meu amigo aí. Vou comprar aí pra mim.
I'm not
Bonito ele.
today to bring justice. But this man, your governor, brought death to your doors. He deserves blaming. And shame on me if I don't do it.
Friends, have I ever not served the interests of our community? Have I not protected you?
Ah, estressou ontem jogando aí demais aí. Você vai ver daqui a pouco ele. Tô doido lá com os caras jogando lá. Vou cair lá no King of Fight. Daqui a pouco eu brinco você no King of Fight antes de jogar o jogo do EBD lá no modo história. Ficar lá com o Yashiro lá. Daqui 2 semanas o God, hein? O God já tá vindo aí, hein? Acho que é dia 17 ou 19, eu vou verificar ali. God Ragnarok lá jogar aí.
This is unfair.
Is the evil gone for good?
Far from it.
Then who will protect us?
I will. While Mr. McCraith fights the curse of New Eden, I will protect the people of the Harrows. Or at least, try. Now let's all return to our homes and pray for forgiveness and the strength to bear the consequences of our actions. Your fee. One of the many debts my father left me.
You'd best put your own debts first, young Master Haskell.
Don't I know it?
After all this, don't forget to rest.
So, what now?
What did Ceridian say when we first met her?
Once we'd weakened the nightmare's influence, we could use the void to enter its lair.
Deborah's grip on the settlers has diminished. We'll return to Ceridian's island. From there, the void breach will take us back to New Eden Town.
Just like that, eh?
Well, yes, just like that. Something bothering you.
But aren't we rushing things a little?
We've lost too much time already. We have a nightmare to confront, remember? Sometimes I hate the world. Another free woman, bright, sensitive, kind, murdered by a craven rabble too weak to face its own mediocrity. Cowards hiding behind fake virtue. And for what? They won't even say her name. Why? Why her?
They know no better. They know only fear and hate what they cannot understand.
Especially when a woman is involved.
It matters not now anyway.
A woman died for nothing and it matters not?
That's not what I meant. But the lassie is dead. All we can do now is try to give her a rest.
Perhaps she does not want to rest. When I left Cuba, anything could have befallen me. I was bright, free, talented. Though I had the wrong tongue, the wrong sex, the wrong skin. I defied life. I expected so much more from the world. I was arrogant. Arrogant to believe I needed no one. To shut out my mother and experience curandera and listen instead to my sister.
Your childhood friend. What happened?
I had little and wanted more. A dangerous thing when you have our type of talent. Anything could have befallen me, but it didn't.
But something did happen. Something happened to Deborah, and then something happened to you, and now we are both paying that price.
You still have your life.
What's it worth when I'm no better than those cowards of New Eden?
We made a choice, Rory. You made it willingly.
Aye, I did. Look, all this, it's a lot to endure. We're both exhausted. I know I am.
I cannot tire.
I know. I know how hard it's been for you.
You have no idea. None at all.
I'll do my best to understand, if you'll let me. We should have faith. Look at us. We'll get to where we're going.
Shut up, Red. Shut up. This isn't about what we have conquered or what we have achieved or how far we have journeyed. Look at us. Look at me. I loathe what I've become. Can't you see that?
I was trying to help. I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. Good night.
Tem pra jogar aqui de fogo depois, mais 2 jogos dessa produtora que tá aqui, o Bairro tem tá instalado já. É da hora pra você ver o gráfico dele. É muito lindo o outro jogo que você já viu jogar. Vou acabar isso aqui sem pressa, mano. Pressa não.
Antea.
E mais desse jogo, devia ter comprado quando lançou e na pré-venda. Não pensei que era assim tão da hora não, de fogo.
Not funny.
Pegar lá na nuvem na pré-venda na época. E tava bom o preço lá. Esse jogo do Frankenstein que eu tô jogando aí, Frankstone, você já viu se não tem pra comprar lá na nuvem mais barato pra você não?
You are not alone.
Tem na nuvem lá? Ah, então, pega na nuvem lá, parcela lá uma do avião, fica pesado pra você. A nuvem é bom que não tem juro lá pra você, de fogo. A Steam, mano, é tudo na bucha. Você não vê que eles perdem assim, eles perdem muito, mano. Se o cara parcelar, o cara comprou uns 3, 4, 5 jogos lá, mano.
Did I just do the wrong ritual?
Present yourself!
That's not the ritual I'd have used.
How come it's not working?
Let's ask Seeker. This all has to end, and I'd rather it was sooner than later.
Alright, let's make haste. But slowly.
There's a spectral web here, but it's new. It's stronger, but I think I can do it.
Oh, easy there.
This'll only take a moment. See?
Well, throwing my weapons through your will is a little unsettling. The spell isn't working. I think she's gone.
These stains block the way through, like a thick web. Onwards.
Seeker!
Manual on how to hide from men.
Wish I had one.
Why is there a letter from Deborah Comenius here?
And who's Grace? No way back to New Eden Town, and no Seeker either. Our only clue points to Kate Newsmith. Maybe she knows this Grace and where to find her.
She draws well.
Well, can we draw this to a close? We need to talk to Kate.
How can she find anything in this mess?
We're wasting time. Let's go. On your feet, Scotsman.
Die, you bastard!
Throwing a tantrum, are we?
Bastard!
Is it worse to lose your faith in your fathers than it is to lose faith in yourself? Those in the Harrows who lived would be wise to look inwards, to reflect, and then to pay penance. But none carry a greater burden than young Lamentation Haskell. How will he guide the faltering faithful when he has so little faith in himself?
I get the feeling folk are preparing to leave.
Red McWraith.
I didn't expect you back.
I'm working my way back to New Edentown.
There, you're on your own.
Do you wish to talk about what happened with the beast?
You killed my sister.
I have nothing more to say to you.
Thickskin did what she did, and you were as horrified as I was, and laid the blame where it belonged.
You executed her.
Yes, I did. I know it seemed cruel. I contend that it was necessary, or seemed so at the time.
Sometimes, Banisher, I wonder if we did not exchange one monster for another.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but your sister owed me money.
So?
I did my part. As the new leader of the camp, the debt falls on you.
Let me be sure I understand. You killed my sister, and now you're asking me for payment.
Whoa, when you put it like that. Never mind, forget it.
I'll try.
What's new around here?
I have no time for gossip.
How fare the people round here?
All seem well by Jacob Lind, who was recently returned from the wild.
What's wrong with him?
I find it hard to credit, and you may disbelieve it too, but Jacob Lind believes he is a wolf.
Now that you're in charge, what's the plan?
We finish what we started. We find the strength to leave New Eden forever. But not yet. They still have too much fear in their hearts, and not enough hope.
The region is still dangerous. They may never find the courage they need to leave it.
The settlement seems to be doing well with you in charge.
We've made some gains, but we're far from ready to leave.
Did you tell them what Thickskin did?
I told them she died hunting the beast. Some are yet in their sullens, but they're better with sleep now the nightmares have stopped.
Perhaps them not knowing is for the best.
If we are to keep our chins up and leave for good, better they stay in the dark. Still, some troubles yet vex. The bodies of the lost are buried, many without names, but we found tracks. They lead away into the woods, Some may have escaped. I need to know for sure.
If they're alive, you mean?
Yes. And if they're dead, that they won't be coming back. We need no more beasts.
A new scourge is always possible, but very unlikely without the nightmare's influence.
Probably best to confirm, eh?
Thank you. I followed the tracks as far as I could from the killing ground. I left a red flag as a marker. From there, I ventured no further.
I'm trying to track someone down, and I was hoping you could help me.
I doubt I'll be much use, but I'll help you if I can.
So, I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You're tenacious, I'll give you that. But must you push so?
Deborah wrote of a cabin in the woods. Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. No one ever saw her again.
Grace Pennington? As in Captain Saul Pennington?
What happened to Grace?
I don't know that either. There had been strife with her father. Then she was gone. And the captain spoke of her no more.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all others.
What did Grace look like?
I remember her thin and boyish, encumbered by dresses she hated to wear.
That sounds like Seeker.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done?
One more question. Did the school teacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods, trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
Goodbye to you for now, Kate.
Oh, damn this to hell.
Just our luck that when we need Seeker the most, she disappears.
I still don't understand why the ritual failed.
Let's just find the hut.
Red McCraith, how very good it is to see you.
Are you well?
We make do. We're almost happy. Well, that's saying something, things being the way they are. We owe you for that. We'd like to repay you. If you can bring the iron, we'll craft you something fine. And glad to do it. I heard Fort Jericho used to have a blacksmith. Perhaps you'll find some there?
How goes it, Mrs. Heaton?
Times are hard for everyone. But me, I've never felt so free. I'm almost ashamed of it. Almost.
Freedom is good. What do you plan to do with it?
You know, once, before I was unlucky enough to meet Fortune Heaton, I was a herbalist. Maybe I'll go back to that.
A healer could be useful. Especially if by healing others, she heals herself.
Wise words. Thank you.
So, what's the chatter?
Things lean more bad than good. Life wears on folk. On some more than others. Age has caught up on Squire Paris. Poor Jane runs the store alone. I don't know why she bothers. She owes these people nothing.
What thought you of thick-skinned Newsmith?
I thought much of her. She was independent, fair-minded, Strong in body as in character. Women like that don't last long in this world, eh? It's a bloody shame is what it is.
What can you tell me of Kate Newsmith?
She hates you, I can tell you that much. With Thickskin gone, Kate says we should leave. I'll make ready, but I admit, I've no idea where we could go.
How's life about the place?
Kate's running a store. Good for the settlement, I guess. Good for her, too. She's not the kind of woman to sit around crying.
Let's trade, Mrs. Eden.
All right, let's.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Eden.
Thank you for your interest, Mr. McCraith.
Galera, dê um save nessa live aqui, daqui a pouco eu volto pra você escutar a live, tá? Daqui a pouco é nóis aí, valeu pra vocês aí. De fogo tá indo aí?